is called This Little Light of Mine. Sitting here at the beach while the sun sets, I look around and I see nothing but water to my right and to my left. I know nothing around me will be left, as we all age the same way, just in different sets. Humans being humans while trees are trees, but even these are just life subspecies. Because the light is in all, but it is not visible to the naked eye at all. Because clothes have clothed the light physically and metaphorically, this is no pun intended, this is speaking philosophically. It represents the cover that has covered our eyes, to give no rise to the girls and guys, because the almighty power must reign the skies. To no end will their power be suppressed, because all have already been oppressed. So the end seems clear for all of the oppressed. Soon the time is coming, they all say in a craze. The time is now, the war has ensued. The oppressed versus the oppressed, just like Mr. Stanley stressed. Soon an equilibrium is struck, both ends have come to something that's agreeable, and a compromise is met, where an accomplishment is also inseparable. But this is only for the people within the compromise, because without seeing the compromise, one will not be able to see what was so amazing. Like when you have something worth celebrating, but you and your friends are the only ones celebrating. Strangers walking down the street, they can't see your success, and the same goes for your stress. No one knows how you were blessed or how much your room's a mess. All they can see is what you are in front of them. Nothing more can be used to judge because we don't know what's behind the thought's cause, which is why I take a moment to pause. To catch a breath and tell myself I'm usually the cause of these made-up laws that hold me back from reaching my true cause. I don't know what it is, but I keep striving like I own a business that won't ever stop growing because the potential is bottomless. There's no end to the possibilities that unfold before our eyes, but there's the possibility that it can end at any moment. You just gotta look and see. Will you live a life in eternal postponement, or will you live a life that will give you some afterlife praise and condonement? Will I ever be able to say I found it, or will I be on an endless journey trying to find it? The path to knowing now and seeing now is the almighty moment, is the path I speak of. I ask myself, will I ever enjoy life if I can't enjoy the moment? Will I always say I'll be happy after tomorrow's appointment? I don't know, which is why I stay prepared for disappointment. I know life isn't about all the breaks and the highs, because life isn't life without the opposite ties of the inevitable lies that you will face even if you succeed to comply. With that being said, no one can escape the grips of this thing we call money, yet we either fight it or are controlled by its canny ability to have one person love it while another person hates it. Putting them on opposite ends of the spectrum, creating tension between the groups, some wanting peace while the others are still looking for their piece of the pie that will surely get them by, in this cold world that everyone feels tied to. But really, looking beyond the money is true enlightenment, true salvation in this American government, because the heart of all religions lead to this same key, different groups just being branches of the same tree. And to look at all interactions with peers as a gold mine, you see, in which you have become rich with a new emotion that can help you realize that life is not about this media-induced commotion, but about everyone coming into communion with each other to live up to their humanly constitution, of being with each other in peaceful union where nothing gets in the way because all have surrendered, to the fact that they all have to live with the inevitable contender that will want to pull them away from their golden mine, but they won't let them because their vision is intertwined with the mind. And so nothing can stop their shine from becoming a beacon of light that will resonate for the rest of their time. But only because they have accepted their suffering. And if you are not afraid, you can also do the same. Like Eckhart Tolle has said, the acceptance of suffering is a journey into death. Facing a deep pain, allowing it to be, taking your attention into it, is to enter death consciously. And when you have died this death metaphorically, you realize that there is no death, and that there is something to fear, and that there is nothing to fear, because only the ego dies here. So go ahead and live that life that you were afraid to. Don't look back because time will pass you, and so will the time in front of you, because it will soon be the same time you're looking at behind you. You cannot change the ends of time, yet you run and run for the sun, but never reach it. Shorter on breath than you were before, running out of a ready source of oxygen, your time is soon up. So what will you be able to say you did with your time? Say I shine that little light of mine, or I never got around to it in time. Yeah!